What's going on, guys? Christian here from CK Wraps. I'm going to be showing you some brand new forged carbon fiber that just hit the market. It's from a brand that's already been around. It's a new forged carbon fiber with a ghost effect to it, which means that it actually transitions from like you can't see it to you can see it. I don't know, something really cool. I haven't used this yet. I'm about to introduce it in a moment. I'm going to start off with talking about this. So I've already wrapped this hood. I took the wrap off from previous, the V2 Hex Carbon, and I did more body work on the hood itself. It's still pretty rough. I'll bring you in so you guys can see all of what it looks like right now, but it's actually smooth. So there aren't any imperfections in this anymore other than scratches from the sandpaper. I did wet sand, but I didn't go into like an extremely high grit. But this little clip will show you exactly what the finish looks like before we wrap over top of it. I'm not going to be cutting out any scenes as far as this goes. I'm going to be running it straight through. I want you guys to get the full effect on what this film installs like, how it installs, and what it looks like in the end. So I don't want you to think that I cheated and did something different here. Guys, if you're looking for those detailed how-to vinyl wrap videos, more professional level, up close, 4K, point of view, open forum, discussion board, Wrap of the Month contest, check out my website. I'll put a link in the top corner and the description below. It's ckwraps.com. It's there for you guys if you're really serious about learning how to wrap. Let's move on. Let's introduce the new film. So there's two of them, and they're by Vivid. This is, it's amazing actually. This is like a dark metallic gray, and Vivid's like done this again. They come out with really cool stuff. They like to basically reinvent the wheel. Was one of the reasons why I always loved Vivid, because they came out with unique products that nobody else really ever had. This is a dark metallic ghost gray with a forged effect to it. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this right now on camera, but I'll bring it in so you can see it. And then I want you to kind of notice that the pattern, like right there, sort of disappears. I'm not sure if that's working. I'm looking at a 3-inch screen, but on certain angles, it disappears. You know, they like to take chances as far as, you know, creating new products go, and I'm going to install this. I mean, it's not that the vinyl's not going to last. It's, you know, there's some risk to it for sure, but it's more of the risk like, is this going to be popular or not? I guess we'll see how well this looks, or how this looks on the hood of my Audi A4. I was going to do the roof. I thought doing the hood would be a little bit better since it's a little bit lower, and I can show you guys a little bit more as far as the detail goes. The roof's a good one. I probably would do the roof, but maybe the hood is a realistic way to do it. Now you can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can do interior trims, exterior trim pieces, diffusers, front lips, like whatever, you name it, you can do this stuff in it. There's also this one here. I'll probably do a separate video for this one. This is more of a camo style forged carbon fiber. I don't know if it's forged or not, but it's more of a camo style ghost sort of carbon fiber look. And again, it shows at some angles, and then other angles it doesn't show at all. Like, I think that's not showing at all there, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna actually see what this looks like on the hood. Excited for it. Don't know what it's gonna look like. Don't even know what it's gonna install like. Should be similar to the rest of their products. I'm going to take this, throw this on my wrap cutting machine here from Sidemaker Tools. So let's get this rolled out. And I already measured the actual hood itself. I know that the hood span across is actually is 65 inches in total. So we're gonna go about 69, 70 inches in width, because we wanna make sure that we have enough vinyl to hold on to. I cut out a chunk here, so I'm going to trim that piece off first, just to make this a little bit more even. And that's the piece right there. I'll just throw that in the car. Use that for door handles, mirrors, whatever. And then I'll reset my counter, and we're gonna roll this guy out to about 70 inches. Need to lock it. That's my fault. There we go. So as I roll it out, I can actually start rolling it up. What I was told with this carbon fiber is that the pattern does not repeat, which is amazing. If you guys have ever installed or have ever seen, like, you know, other carbon fibers from other brands, you'll notice that the pattern normally repeats every 6 inches or so, which is a bummer because it makes your car look like it's wrapped in wallpaper. That's more of a printed or forged carbon fiber effect. Okay, so I have this cut out at about 71 inches, and this is the piece right here. Again, I'm not going to be cutting anything out as far as the video goes. We're going to slap this down. Now, the energy level on top of the surface of this hood is going to be a little bit lower, guys. It's not going to be the highest energy because we're not working with a gloss finish. I'll walk the camera over here in just a second. So I'm going to come up a little bit, about 1 inch past the top corner, and you guys can see this from this side over here. Let's just move my heat gun down. So I'm going to move that film down about 1 inch past the top corner. Good, we're rocking. Slap a magnet down there too. If the car's not magnetic, it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but you can just peel up a corner of the film. Let me walk the camera over to give you guys a better point of view and show you exactly what's happening as far as all of this goes. And there we are. Now what I want to do is I want to peel off the release liner. So that being said, if I have an excess amount of film on the front of the hood here, I'm going to trim it off. I don't have a lot here. I have about 6 inches or so, 5, 6 inches. That's not that much to trim off, so we don't even need to trim any off. But again, if your hood is a little bit shorter in length, then you want to trim some of that off and leave yourself, about 4 or 5 inches to hold on to. So on this side right here, I have about 3 inches. Just kind of show you on this side over here, because you probably see a little bit better. I have about 3, 4 inches also, and we're good to go. I'm going to peel off the release liner. Let's do that. Again, I haven't used this at all yet, so I don't even know if it's fragile or what. And let's roll that bad boy right off, just like so. Tack feels good so far. It didn't stick to the window too much, which is nice. Room temperature in here, we're looking at about 21 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 72, 73 Fahrenheit. And let's roll that off. This doesn't need a PET release liner, so in case you're wondering why some of their vinyls have a PET release liner, that means, for those of you who are just kind of checking in and haven't seen other videos with the PET release liner, the PET release liner is like a plastic release liner, and that's more normally used for gloss films. I'll throw my phone on top of the car there. This is my car, so whatever. But yeah, it's more normally used for gloss films. So it's used for gloss films to keep a high gloss finish. There's no gloss finish to this. It's like semi-gloss, or more metallic, I would say, but not so much a gloss finish. Let's just move my heat gun out of the way, and we're going to flatten this out a bit. So I'm going to lift up this side, and the tack even on the window is not high. The film feels nice and loose, actually. It feels really good. And go a little bit higher here, and then we're just going to pull that tightly right across the center. Just like so. I'm going to come up over here. Oh, don't want that to move too much. And the idea here is to pull the film out towards the 4 corners, in a way. So if you're just checking in again for a hood wrap video, this is how you wrap a hood. Again, this would be one of the more common areas to wrap with this type of film, but again, you could do trim pieces and so on with this type of film. That'll probably look really good. I'm debating doing my Jeep Gladiator in this because it looks amazing. Okay, so you can see right there, we're looking at a much nicer and smoother finish to start off with here. Always lock your film into the opposite panel if you can. It helps to hold it in place. Nice, it's actually nice and pliable. Look, I'm barely even pulling the film right now, and it's just stretching. What we want to do now is we want to start from the middle and work our way out. Right up to the top, and we're starting, I can't even see where I'm squeegeeing because it's a little bit confusing to look at. Okay. So we're going to make sure we go over this very thoroughly. Keep going back and forth here. I can't even see the wrinkles or anything. It's crazy. I can't see where the air is. But again, we're just going to make sure that we're being thorough as far as our installation goes. Yep, that's just the wrap lifting off as I squeegee the air out. Okay. That's pretty wild looking. Now, as we get into like different curves and different vehicles and different panels, and this will obviously show a little bit differently. than just doing a hood. And this is an Audi hood. It's not a very contoured hood. There we go. So we're just looking at a more flat shaped hood in this case. What you might notice right now is I'm just squeegeeing above the wrinkles. And I'm not squeegeeing on the wrinkles yet. So I've created a nice flat area to start off with. Again, I can't see anything, so I'm just trying to be as thorough as I can here. What you could do is use a little bit of solution on this, maybe some soapy water, something to help show where you've squeegeed. Soapy water obviously wouldn't hurt. We do have to wash the car and the wrap, so it wouldn't harm the wrap in any way. Just working our way out, and just gonna pop that end up right there. There we go. Sometimes the air will just get locked in. That's pretty common on most films. All right, let's check out the front section here. I'll get you nice and zoomed in so we can see exactly what's happening. I want you to see everything. And this is where I'm going to be adding some heats, not a lot, but you're gonna see. So we have some wrinkles right now that run across, right? We're going to take these wrinkles and we're gonna squeegee some of them down. So I'm just lifting the film slightly. And how we squeegee the wrinkles is extremely important, so we want to make sure we're hitting them head on. There we go. And let's lift up here a bit. And as I get really close to the edge, you're going to see what I'm going to do. This is a film that I'm accustomed, well, this is a brand that I'm accustomed to installing. So all it does is take a little bit of practice, guys. Okay, so we can see here the wrinkles are beginning to build up, okay? So at a certain point, the wrinkles are just going to fight us too much, and we're going to have to do something different than what we are doing. All right, let's give a little bit more there. You can put your hand under the film as long as your hand is not greasy, oily, sweaty, and so on, dirty in any way. All right, that looks good to me. We're gonna grab the heat gun. Let's throw that there. Watch what I do here. I'm gonna take the heat gun and I'm going to shrink the film. Watch what happens here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna gently place the film down. Now these wrinkles right here, we're just gonna hit them head on and eliminate them right away. I usually use my finger for them, just a bit more pressure. I use a soft squeegee. So that being said, the soft squeegee isn't the best for adding pressure to areas. Didn't have to stretch that at all, okay? Let's do like right here. I'll actually bring the camera over a little bit more so you can see a little bit better on what's gonna happen here as far as this area goes. So we've got a lot of wrinkles right here. And I'm just gonna come a little bit lower right here because I wanna make sure everything's in line. All right. And this is called pre-shrinking the film. Stick that there again. Just turn my heat gun on and keep the film elevated, okay? Just like that. Now I'm not stretching the film, I just have a bit of tension on it. Pass by with heat. You're gonna see those wrinkles start to chase themselves in towards that inside area there. And then now I'm just gonna let the film stick to my fingers and all of that extra material and all of the wrinkles are gone. Again, it hits these wrinkles, the really fine ones, head on and get rid of them. If they're soft enough, we don't even need to use our finger. Okay, that's all good. Beautiful. Let's go right over here. And again, just do this a little bit more. Right here, watch. There. I'm gonna keep my hand underneath. Now, if I have an excess amount of film here, what I can do is I can actually trim this off. Let's again bring the camera over a little bit more. Find the end of the hood, sit right there. Trim off a bunch of excess film. We don't need all this. All right, a little bit of tension, not a lot. I'm not going to stretch the film. I'm going to heat the film. And you're going to see it all change again. And then just gently place it down. I'm just letting it stick to my fingers. That's all I'm doing. And hit those wrinkles head on, and you're good to go. So here on the entire front end, we have absolutely zero tension. Let me zoom back and get the camera into a better position again so we can finish up the rest of this. Over here, we don't have a lot to do, so I'm just going to lift that up. I'm lifting all this up. I can remove my magnet now, so let's just throw that right there. And as you notice, I'm working from the center of the actual panel out towards the back. So basically from the front, I'm working my way all the way out towards the back. Why? Because it makes a lot of sense to actually go from the middle and out this way. That is our exit point at the back corner of the hood. So same thing, watch what I do. You don't see my arm moving, it's not moving at all. Take it, I'm just gonna fix it up right here just so it goes down flatter. And just letting it stick to my fingers. Super gentle, but being firm with the film still. We're controlling the film, we're not letting the film control us. If we let the film control us, it's gonna be a bad time. It's gonna be really hard. What I'm showing you right now works on a lot of vehicles. And same thing here. As you get within normally 4 to 5 inches of the edge, and it works with a lot of different brands of wrap also, but as you get within 4 or 5 inches of the edge, you can actually begin to pre-shrink the film and not even stretch it at all. Just let the film do its own shrinking. Okay, so this side is 100% finished other than this little pocket of air, which I'm just gonna run my hand through and push it right at the top. Perfect. That's just the magnet that made that sound. Beautiful, check that out. Let's go to the other side. I'll give you a better point of view from this side. Here we go. So you see all of this. Let's grab the film right about here. So the only part I haven't really finished up yet is right there. And there's that. And we're just gonna add a little bit of tension here. Get that into the recess there. So same thing. Let's cut off a bunch of extra film. We just don't need it. Start your cut from the inside and work your way out. Cool. I wonder what a entire car would look like in this. I always wonder. I wish I could wrap my car every day because there's so many things to try. Okay, again, same thing, just letting it stick to my fingers, chasing that in. And just gently placing it down. There's nothing to it. If you overthink it and overcomplicate it, it's going to make it difficult. If you do it the way I'm showing you, it's going to simplify it and make it much easier for you. Let's lift that off. So I mean, as far as ease of install goes, compared to the last carbon fiber that I used, seems to be very strong. I'm not worried about it breaking or cracking or anything like that. Again, this does have a texture to it. You can hear it, listen. Okay, you can hear that. That might be more like the metallic particle in the matte slash satin finish. I believe it's matte. Okay, so here again, we're gonna pre-shrink, watch. That's it, place it down. Super gentle. A couple of wrinkles there, yeah, got them, cool. Work our way out to the top, and then all I have to do is squeegee that air out of this recess here. So let's just make sure I was thorough in all my passes before I get to the end here. And then same thing, I'm just gonna take my hand, palm it right through in the middle. Done. That's not a very deep recess, but you can do that with many different recesses. So I'm just going over this, making sure there is no air left anywhere. I don't see any. I just thought I saw something over here. Oh, maybe not. Okay. All right. Next, we cut away from the back window area. Let's just angle that camera up a bit and let's just get it a little bit higher. Perfect. We're gonna cut away from the back window area. Here's the edge of the hood. I'm going to leave myself with about 1 inch. So more or less the same as the last one. Don't cut your wiper blades. So if you have to lift the film, lift it up, or just don't put a lot of knife out. I only have a tiny bit sticking out of the blade or sticking out of the handle. Why are we cutting away some of this? It's going to make it easier. Cool, let's get rid of that. Now, we have to tuck behind these corners here before we do anything. So let's get this over here and show you what I mean by that. And we'll get you nice and zoomed in. Let's do it. Perfect, right there. I'm going to pre-tuck the film around this edge, and you can see that I have masking tape there. That's simply because it's a little bit easier to get the film tucked in behind here without the film actually sticking to the paints of the fender. Not sure if you noticed too, but the fender paint is coming off. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna start heating some of this back edge, and just to show you what I'm doing. So I'm gonna start from about the middle. And you can see the film is it's folding itself around that back edge on its own. I'm not even doing anything. Why? Because the film is pre-shrinking. Okay, so as we get around this area here, we're gonna start working it just like this. Just get you back over here. Let's get that down cold, just like that. And if it's in a cold state, like this, when we heat the film right now, it should technically shrink down and around the underside, just like that. It's my corner, it's done. I don't have to do anything else. So we're just gonna, I have to round it off right now, but that's it, like it's done. There's nothing to it. These are actually some of the easiest corners, and even when this one's not accessible like it isn't on this hood, because this hood, these corners drop down and into the area, it's still easy enough to do them. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap that around a little bit right there. And then while you're here, I'll trim this, okay? So I'm gonna just start my cut from the middle and work my way towards you. The back side of my knife, you'll see it as I come along here. The back side means the flat area of my knife runs along the underside edge. And as far as doing the corner goes, I come right in and around the underside of the corner. Now, do I need more vinyl than that? No, I don't. Why? Because the film is completely relaxed and I'm not worried about the film lifting. We've pre-shrunk the film and there's no reason for it to lift off of that corner. So as I'm here right now, I'll just heat the corner. It's always good to, it's a must that you go over all of your edges and all of your corners at the ends. So I'm just gonna do this now since we're here. And then I'm going to do the other side and leave the camera in its position, but zoom you in from the other side. Okay, so let's get in under there. And you'll see that, again, these corners, they just drop down and around the underside, down and behind the fender, which makes it difficult to do. Let's get you right in over there. Perfect. I'll try to do a crop and zoom as I get closer to the corner, but from here, I want you to see what this looks like. I had a couple of air bubbles right there. Let's just go over it. I guess that wasn't thorough. It looks good, the rest of it, perfect. So, same deal. I'm going to try to put some of this down behind the hood as it is while it's cold. And we won't get all of it, but that's all right. Now we're going to start to heat this area over here. See it just drop down and around? If we have no wrinkles on our edges, we did a good job. So let's get around here, and just as we get really close to the corner over here, I haven't heated about that inch, 2 inch area. So as we get down to this area over here, Again, same thing, put it down cold, get it down around that corner, and then let's just heat it as it is. Perfect. And I'm just holding it lightly right now because this fender, I guess this car's been in an accident, this fender is tighter on this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over this now with my squeegee because it's a little bit harder to access with the fact that the fender sits much tighter to the hood. I could probably make that adjustment myself, I just haven't yet. I don't really care that much, it's a matter of 1/8 of an inch. This is, again, more work-related car to do fun videos on, demo stuff, workshops, all that kind of stuff. We use this for workshops. It's got some really tough mirrors to wrap actually on this thing. So that makes it a good car for workshops because I can show how to wrap these mirrors. These are one of the harder mirrors out of all cars. Again, I'm staying under the corner here, guys, and that's pretty much it. Come around under here a little bit, and then I'll work my way out, and we should be able to lift the hood. So I'm gonna go over that edge and corner right now with a bit of heat. While we're here, why not? It just makes sense. Roll over, always start rolling the film over from the top, and then work your way around the underside, just slightly. Now there isn't a lot of extra vinyl underneath, like I said, we don't need it. Why? Because we have no tension. Cool, let's move the camera back and get you into the front area of the hood. This is where I'm actually going to end up lifting the hood up and showing you the underside edge and the cut. Let's just angle that, perfect. Oh, stuck to my foot. So let's lift all this, make sure it's not stuck to the fender, make sure it's not stuck to anything at all. Fender, lights, bumper, make sure it's released from everything. It's trippy to look at this stuff. So I'm just like, what the hell's going on? I'm looking at the edges, making sure they're all good, but they are good. Again, I'm just checking them out. Cool. All right, what I normally do here is, again, I put a box underneath. I'm not sure where I put the last box. I've got it. So let's grab that. And then that's gonna keep the actual hood elevated slightly so we can actually do these edges really nicely while the hood isn't way up in the air. So this is a good time to throw your wrap glove on. We're gonna be going over the edges with heat and our glove. And we're just gonna heat it from the top side, okay? So I'm gonna start from the back usually, or just down this side. Whatever side you want to start on, again, that's totally up to you. Doesn't really matter. I'm right-handed. I squeegee the film down with my glove using my left hand. Some people do this the other way around, where they like to wear the glove on the right hand and heat with the left hand. So just really depends. I prefer heating with my right hand. I have more control. And then the left hand, I can use the glove. So you can see zero tension on the edges. Not a single wrinkle anywhere at all. So again, we're rolling over that edge a couple of times. And what we're doing here is we're somewhat like post-heating the area. This corner right here on the very end, heat it quite a bit, and then just massage that around. Let's go across the center here. So as you can see, zero tension. The film is just sitting there. It's the same thing on that corner, massage that, and then let's go over this entire edge, 2 or 3 passes. The condition of my wrap is 100 times better than it was last time, just simply due to the fact that I took time to sand this down this time. Cool. Being thorough, very important. Had a little bit of air there in that recess. I guess I didn't squeegee it out. I go pretty much point blank with the heat gun within an inch, but I keep it moving. I never let the heat gun sit there for longer than, or for even a full second. That's not a good idea. You will burn your wrap. I'm just lifting off from the fender to make sure that I'm not adding any tension to these edges. And then we'll lift the hood and we'll do some cutting. All right. Awesome. I mean, if there were any imperfections in this, I wouldn't be able to see any because it's impossible with the pattern and the way it shows or displays. Let's lift that up all the way. Cool. Let's bring this camera just like so, and we'll do this cut a little bit more swiftly this time from last time. So I'm just going to add tension with my left hand here, pulling down with the film. And the longer the pass, the better. I run the back side of my blade against the edge of the hood, and I'm on the underside, just like that. Let's go around this way. I'll try and get out of your way. Key to this is adding tension with your left hand or your opposite hand. So for me, it's my left hand. And I can show you how clean and nicely you can cut and how quickly you can do this without even thinking too much about it. Tension must be added with your opposite hand always before you actually start moving your knife. You need to be pulling the film downwards and tightly. This creates that nice, clean cut. Perfect. We're gonna go over that edge entirely with heat. I'll bring you in with the camera to show you everything and show you what the finish looks like a little bit more up close. And that'll pretty much be it. I'm just gonna throw my glove on. All right. This is a very important step right now. So I'm gonna hit this point blank. And this is our security net, our safety net. Safety blankets, security blankets, safety net, whatever you wanna call it. This is sealing up the edges and ensuring that they're not gonna lift, they're not gonna go anywhere. So again, I go point blank, but the heat gun is always moving. Now, I didn't sand like all the way underneath, so there are some stone chips along the edge here. You can't even see them, but just so you know. I'll get around to it, whatever. It's 100 times better than it was, so. Just keep going over all that. It looks really, really nice. Great. That's it. I'll bring the camera in on the edge and show you the edge, and then I'll close the hood and show you the surface. So let's check that out. Again, super minimal as far as the edge goes. This is my invisible edge. And you know, when we stand back, I mean, you guys already saw it standing back. There's not a lot to see. You can see that it's wrapped around just very slightly. That's it. I don't do any more than that. As we come down, parallel with the hood, you can't see red. So it is wrapped around, right? Even the side, you know, it is wrapped around. You can't see red anymore. And we're not even, like we're still, even, let's come below it, just so you can see. And you still can't see red on that edge. So that's the entire edge all the way down. And again, as quickly as I cut that is how quickly it can go for you. As soon as you get your knife into the right position and add tension on the film. All right. Am I seeing this move a lot? I don't know. As far as the, yeah, okay, like maybe like a little bit over there, there's like a patch. I have a feeling like on a more contoured panel, and I'll probably wrap the fender just to give it a whirl and see what that looks like. You'll have to check out Instagram. Yeah, you can see some areas where it's kind of changes and it goes away. This will probably vary big time from inside to outside. So this is the Vivid Ghost, I think it's called dark gray metallic forged carbon fiber. I don't know, it's got a really long name maybe. Maybe it's not that long. Anyways, the link will be down in the description below for this product if you're looking at buying some. It comes in different sizes, so it comes in like 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, whatever, all the different sizes. And you know, that's pretty much how it installs and what it looks like. So if that's something that you might be interested in, hey, the look is really nice. I think on the whole car it looked pretty cool. I don't know what the camouflage one looks like. I'm gonna have to try that one out because that one looks pretty cool to me too. Maybe that might look better on the Jeep as far as wrapping it goes. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. I just wrapped it a few months ago in chrome and have a baby now. So times are, I don't have much time. That's that being said. So whether I get around to wrapping my Jeep ever again, I have no idea. Regardless, I'll be here to do videos for you guys. Guys, I hope that this video was informative and detailed and showing you how to wrap the hood, what this material looks like, you know, what to do, how quickly it can be done, and you know, just basically where to get it. I like to introduce new products on the market, and you know, I get excited about this kind of stuff. I hope you guys get excited about it too. Guys, I look forward to doing more videos for you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Take care.